Welcome to the Home Stagers and Designers on Fire podcast, where we help you attract more ideal clients, up-level your business, make more money, and still have a smokin' hot life. Hosted by best-selling author, coach, and speaker Marianne Cherico, this podcast focuses on business and mindset strategies that enable you to create a life and business by design. Now, let's get fired up.
Do you sometimes feel alone while growing your home staging business? Do you know what you should be doing, but somehow don't seem to gain any traction getting the results that you want? Have you thought about working with a coach, but are afraid that this will put you out of your comfort zone? Well, I'm here to tell you that the investment in coaching is the best thing that you can do for your business. When you work with a coach who has your back, helps you break glass ceilings and achieve your goals, gives you business and mindset strategies that are instrumental to achieving success, it's a game changer. Now, how do I know this? Well, I myself have worked with my own coaches, and it's been a game changer for me. And I see the results that my coaching clients get when we work together. When we work together, you'll have my eyes on your business. So if you're ready to invest in you and would like to know different ways that we might work together, let's talk. You can set up a complimentary discovery session where I will help you clarify your goals. Then we'll uncover the inner and outer challenges that might be stopping you from reaching your goals. Trust me, the inner mindset stories can be tricky, and it helps to have a trained coach help you deal with this. And finally, I will let you know how I can help you bridge that gap between where you are and where you want to go. I offer both group coaching and one on one coaching, as well as a 6-session masterclass on getting business from real estate agents. You can sign up for my discovery session in the link on my show notes, or go to my website, www.coachingbymarianne.com. Hey there. Today I'm going to be talking with Alexa Centano, founder of Vella Haus, a luxury staging franchise that's transforming the way homes are styled, sold, and scaled. Alexa started as a solo stager, curating high-end spaces that helped realtors close multi-million dollar homes. Over time, she realized that there was a bigger opportunity, and she wanted to share the systems, strategies, and style playbook she created with other entrepreneurs who wanted to build not just a creative business, but a profitable one. And I met Alexa at a retreat Debbie Daly and I did in New Hampshire, and she is so much fun and so smart. And I know that you're going to love her. And I am thrilled to introduce you to my friend and colleague, Alexa Centano.
Hi, Marianne.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here on this rainy day.
Me too.
So, are you ready to dive right in?
I am ready. Thank you for having me. This is an honor.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm honored that you're on my podcast, and I know the viewers are going to absolutely love you.
Thank you.
So, Alexa, you started as a stager yourself. Can you share how you went from staging your first homes to launching Vella House as a national franchise? Can you paint the picture?
Yes. It just happened all so quick, so much momentum, right? I'm a momentum builder, right? And it just I remember I can pinpoint to the first day I did my first job. Um, I came from Florida. I was staging there for about a year, and I started again right here in Boston. I still had my luggage full of clothes from Florida packed. I haven't unpacked yet. And that day, a realtor, so I've been in Boston for over 15 years now, and a realtor asked me, Alexa, you're back here. Can you stage 2 houses for me? One is $3 million and the other one is $6 million. And I need them both staged like this week, next week. What did I say? I said yes right away. I was gonna figure it out. Did I have the furniture? No. Did I have everything she needed? No. I figured it out. And so I figured it out. I made it happen for those 2 jobs. she absolutely loved it. The builder absolutely loved it. I posted it on Instagram, and then just momentum after momentum. It's just like I have not stopped staging since last year, and I do about two a week now. And I haven't stopped since then, thank God. And I'm just, I'm a momentum builder. Once I start, I don't stop.
So, how do you think you built that momentum that quick? Because this is something that stages struggle with all the time.
Yeah, so it's it's a lot of different things all in once, and I actually, because of my experience, I created a wonderful playbook. It's everything. It's not just the post, right? I'm sure it's not the post that just spread. Anybody can do the post, right? It's like the other things that you do. So I've, from my experience, I've created an amazing playbook, a guide, from marketing to advertising to social media to scripts to the action plans, to what you have to do outside, right? Right. As soon as you put that phone down, what's next? What are the next moves? I have I do office visits. So there's just so much that I do. I know it just sounds like, oh, I created a post and it just spread like wildfire, but it's all the other things that I do behind it that makes the
So,
momentum going.
so walk me through. You're just beginning. You just got this incredible opportunity to do, multi-million dollar homes in the Boston area. You dove right in, like, it's kind of like diving into the lake and learning how to swim, right?
Correct.
Making it happen. So walk me through how the momentum built right at the beginning, before you had all this playbook and all that. How did you build momentum with that opportunity?
Well, I also have to give it to my experience, right? I've been in the home services field in Boston for over 16 years. I have an incredible network. I have to be very proud of that, right? That's a big component. And my network is amazing power people, right? Like they're in the home, they're builders, they're architects, they're realtors, they're brokers. So there's all of that available to me, right? That I could tap into. So definitely, and I have an incredible network. Um,
So tell the listeners what that network is so that they understand what you mean by that.
right. So, building your network. Building your network is, going to lunches with people, going to people, have coffee with people, get to know people through the years. It's going out there, showing up there, right? Go to those events. I know we're tired. We stage a house and we're tired, right? But get up there and go to that event because you just don't know who you're gonna meet. And to me, I have been doing that for over 16 years. So I've been going to events, I go to networking events, I go to social events, and I just meet people. And I meet people in so many different industries. And then we work together through all these years. So I have to say that definitely has helped me. But it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to have a network to start. Right to start staging, you can pick a realtor or pick a brokerage and go do a CEU presentation to them. They're gonna show them your pictures. They're gonna love your staging. They're gonna call you back. You're gonna be on top of their mind. It's all about being on top of mind.
So, what would you say to a new stager? Because this is something that they struggle with a lot. And I agree with you 100%. Staying top of mind, getting out and meeting them one on one, build that no like trust factor. What would you say to a new stager that doesn't have a huge network from 16 years of cultivating that to when they were starting their business? What would you tell them to focus on?
All right, I would focus on have a strategy, have create steps, right? And surround yourself with powerful people who want to bring you up. I guess that would be number one. Surround yourself with people who have done it, right? Seek their advice and just plug yourself in with them because they have the recipe like whether it's a coach like you, right? Whether it's another stager, whoever is it that you see is that person that will amplify you. If you have like, that's the person to plug yourself in. I plug myself in with so many people who are smarter than me all the time because they push me forward, and that there's nothing like that amplification of pushing you forward, and that creates a lot of momentum right there on its own.
And it might be that people are just smarter than you in one area because they have more experience with it. It does, it could be just that they have something to offer that you can learn from. We all need to keep learning, right? And growing from each other. Um,
Absolutely.
and your energy is just so positive and great. And you're very magnetic when you're with people. And that comes easy to you,
Yeah,
right? And you have a fun Instagram profile. And can we talk about that for a minute?
of course.
Okay. Talk to the listeners about how you have curated a very different and interesting Instagram presence.
Yes, I'm very social on Instagram. And actually, so I have had a business for 16, I have another business of 16 years, right? In that business that I built, it's now a multi-million dollar business. It's the business page. It's not, there's not a lot of personalization. It's just the product and the services. In home staging, I took a little different approach, and I started as just posting everything about me, right? Like just being out there. And some people might say I post too much. Some, like, oh, actually, you post everything, but it works for me. And I'm not, there's nothing to hide. I show my family, I show my kids, I show my pets, I show the things that I like to eat, I show my lifestyle. And there's a lot of people that it's great when they're looking at a product, but at the same time they want to connect with the person, right?
Now, your posts are very sexy. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
All right.
So, what's the strategy behind that? And how has that helped you to build your following?
All right. The strategy behind sexy, because I don't even think it's sexy, right? I'm just being me. I'm just
Mhm.
I'm just showing my, and I love dancing, right? That's my thing. I love music. My store is about music, so I love dancing. I love showing my culture, my husband's culture. My husband's Spanish, I'm Ukrainian. So I love music. So I just I don't know. I just don't even think it's sexy. I just show it how it is.
And what I love about that is that you're so unique and your person, and it's so genuine. And I know that you love dancing because I think I was dancing with you at about 2 in the morning at Debbie Daly's house. And we were doing videos on dancing for social media, and you had
Yes.
us all engaged in it. How has that helped you build your online presence? And, to the naysayers who say, well, that's not professional or that's not what I would do, what would you say to them?
I have this light inside of me that is just so hard to dim.
Mhm.
And I want to bring that out of people. I'm just so good. If I block that. All what you said, that's just, just like music to my ears. I just keep doing, it works for me. And I'm showing me myself as a person, and I'm showing my music, I'm showing the food, my lifestyle, my so it just, to me it's just so normal. I'm just like, I feel like I don't even post enough. I feel
I feel like I love that you are who you are.
yes.
And I wish that more people were like that on social media because I really believe that, yeah, some people might not be right for you, but the people that are going to just adore you and they're going to be magnetized to you and they're going to see the beauty in the fact that you're so authentic. And this is
Oh,
genuinely
thank you.
you.
If I could give one
So,
advice for social media, the biggest one would be just post. We are our
mhm,
own biggest critics. If you record a video of yourself and you take a look at it, and then if you think about it, you are not going to post it. You just have to
yeah.
break through. You look at it and you post it. If you recorded something cool, just post it, right?
Mhm,
It's you. Just post it. We
mhm.
should we should be proud of who we are.
I love that about you. I really do. And I do think that people overthink so much. Has your Instagram strategy helped you to win clients? And if so, can you connect the dots for the listeners on how that has helped you convert clients?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I will say Instagram is my biggest platform, and I haven't even tried the other ones yet. I'm about to. Like I haven't even like explored LinkedIn too much. I haven't even explored um TikTok. Everybody has their own platforms, and Instagram has been an amazing platform for me. It works. I connect with not only friends, with colleagues and professionals in the industry. Recently, I did separate the two. I did create a business page, and and I kept Staged by Alexa separate, and I did created my business page, and I did separate those two. But before it was just all in one.
So, are you getting a lot of business for your staging business in Instagram, like people that didn't know of you before, or how is that working?
Absolutely. I would say like 80% of my of leads of my like lead gen comes from Instagram.
That is so awesome. Is there a specific strategy, or is it just that, people start following you? Did you optimize your profile page? Like any pointers for the listeners?
Yeah, I haven't actually started promoting like anything paid until about just like very, very recent. So everything's organic.
That's
Every
awesome.
Yeah, all my
And
followers proudly, every single follower is an organic follower.
and then do they like DM you about jobs or people
Yeah,
that you didn't know?
some of them DM me, some of them send me an email, some of them call me.
So awesome. I'm going to link in the show notes to your Instagram page. So because I think that the listeners will definitely want to check that out. And
Absolutely.
maybe it'll give them the courage to show up and, be themselves because you're going to show them that it's cool, how cool it is.
Absolutely. Choose a platform and just go with it. Like choose one and just go with it.
I can totally see you on TikTok too.
I've tried. I'm getting into it.
So, what is some of the biggest challenges you see home stages facing when they're trying to build their business?
Okay. From experience, I've realized it's the support, it's the strategies, right? We have so much on our plate, and there's so much going on. We're staging, right? But at the same time, we have to run a business, and we're staging, and it's the business side of it and the creative side of us, right? So then how do you balance the two? So I've created an amazing manual, like over hundreds of pages, and I that's where my passion lays now, into training how to differentiate the two, and what steps to take, to build your lead pipeline, to build your opportunities, to build your proposals, to negotiate, to social media, everything, right? Like setting up of the warehouse. It's pretty much the whole strategy. And I feel like that's in the beginning, if I had that like all laid out, I it wouldn't have taken me 2 years. It would have taken me a month or two, right? Like once you have a strategy, once you have a plan, you just amplify, you just go a little bit quicker than usual.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the part that people hate, myself included, is all the systems and processes because it's boring, right? And you just want to get out there and stage or do your design jobs and be creative. And when you have like a plug and play where you can just kind of work through the systems by somebody that's already done it, it's great. Like my coach, James Wedmore, I am in his program and he has all these systems for different marketing for Facebook ads and all the things that I need and want as a business owner. So and he's so successful, so that's his strategies are tried and true. And because you've been in the business, you've been in the Boston area, which is a very thriving area, and there's all different kinds of staging opportunities as far as different looks and stuff like that, as far as different demographics. And you've had experience with that. I think that that's great. So, how has that translated into you wanting to grow a franchise, and what does that look like?
All right, so like, yeah, like you said, there's so much variances, and I've experienced all variances. I went from coastal, Boca Raton, Florida. I was there staging for a year, to Massachusetts, traditional, and then we have contemporary here. Depends on the territory, right?
Mhm.
And I've seen how I was able to build a business there. I was able to build a business here. It's one brick at a time, right? Not everybody has the procedure, but that's where I am so excited to teach a system to someone and teach the steps, right? And to go through those steps to kind of, to help us a new stager per se to go a little quicker than a 2 year mark, right? Because it could take 2 years, but for some it might take 5 years or 10 years. So if you do want to speed it up, you have to put processes in place, or plug in with someone who does. And
Mm-hmm.
I started franchising um, because I saw the niche in home staging. I saw that there's a big gap between amazing staging and the amount of realtors and the developments that are happening. And so the ratio is like 1 to thousands. It shouldn't be, right? There should be great staging with good processes, with good education on, like you said, like the styles, all the different styles. You could definitely have a very, very fun business, very profitable business. um and yeah, so
So walk me through, if somebody purchases one of your franchises, what do they get? They get the systems and processes. What else?
all right, so yeah, yep, so we from day one, we have a process where we're awarding territory. So we have a very, very selective process that we take a candidate through, and we only have limited amount of territories. We have about 18 in Boston. I kept one, so now we have about 17 territories. So once the candidate is interested, we take them through a process called request for consideration. It could take anywhere between 30 to 60 days. Once we award a territory, it's no longer available, and we start with our franchise, and we start with the operations manual. We take them through about a year worth of training, I will say. There's some on-site training. Basically, they come to my site, we set up the warehouse, we teach them how to set up their warehouse, and then we have on-site training. So they come stage with me, they come stage houses with me, I'll go stage with them. So there's a lot of that hands-on experience. I teach them like pretty much everything from the moment you pick up your tape measure to a successful reel at the end, right? And to like a staged and sold process. And then we multiply. So I take them from A to Z, and then we just repeat that over and over again. And to me, the first six right now are extremely, extremely exciting because they're my founding franchises. They're gonna have my cell phone number. There's nothing like having that support, right? Having somebody to text. And I'm just really excited to share my success story and be able to teach and support my franchises as they come on board.
So if somebody was interested in purchasing a franchise, would their branding be Vella House?
Correct.
So, which that makes sense. So, it's only in the Boston area right now?
In Massachusetts.
I mean, in Massachusetts right now.
Correct.
Are you planning on expanding to other states or?
We are planning in the beginning of the year. Yep, I will release that at the end of the year. Some very
Ooh.
exciting states. Yep, but but we are Massachusetts is my playground, right? Like, so I'm just
Mhm.
looking first to make sure I have my first six and they're up and running. To me, that's right now very important. Make sure they're up and running and they're striving. That's the goal.
Now, do you help people if somebody's interested in buying a franchise, do you help them, guide them, at least tell them where they can get the financing, like through a small business loan or something like that?
We could recommend them to places. Yes, that's correct.
Do you help them, like, with the numbers as far as profitability and stuff like that so that they know kind of what to expect, how to make sure that they're being profitable?
Yeah, so not only do we teach them the staging side of it, we teach them the business side of it. At the end of the day, as creative as it is, it's a business. We're trying to make a profit, and we're trying to be profitable. So we do teach. I teach them the business skills, and it's not just teach them and kind of like back off. We're constantly, week on week, we're working, we're improving, we're monitoring, we're looking at the profit and loss statement, we're looking at their balance sheet. What are we doing? What's working, what's not working? Let's amplify this. Let's do this. So I have a playbook of all the things that have worked for me, and I'm looking forward to teaching the skills that I've learned.
Well, let me ask something now. This is really important. Do you teach them how to dance?
I can, yes. I'll include that.
Is there anything else you want the listeners to go before we wrap?
um I want everybody to know that, I'm a stager. I stage weekly. I stage 1 to 2. I know all the struggles that they're going through with staging, with client facing and business facing. And, I I'm happy to, if anybody has a question, reach out to me on Instagram, email me, let me know. I'm a very personable person. I want to help. If I can help you, definitely reach out, and I'll give you stuff that has worked for me.
Yeah, and I'll definitely, like I said, I will give them your Instagram handles and all the access to you that you gave me in our email. I appreciate you so much, and I'm so excited for you in this new venture.
Thank you so much. It'll be wonderful. I built a couple of businesses one brick at a time, and I just can't wait to build this one brick at a time.
And my money's on you, girlfriend.
Thank you, love.
This episode of the Home Stagers and Designers on Fire podcast has ended. Be sure to subscribe for more strategies on how to attract your ideal clients, uplevel your business, make more money, and still have a smokin' hot life. And don't forget to review this show so that we can continue to bring you top-notch content. See you on the next episode.